Welcome back, everyone. This is Shadow Drake. We are back. Let's actually make some progress this time. And as you can see, I printed quite a bit of stuff, and even so, I forgot something very important. I forgot some valves, so pipe valves, so valve kits. So let's get those. That's not gonna be enough. 10. I'm gonna need a lot of those. So let's run through what's happened. And as you can tell, I changed a lot of things in here. I also had an accident on the floor. Don't mind it. It was intentional, I promise. Um, it was intentional, trust me. Okay, so quite a bit of things have changed. One of the things is I have a hardsuit backpack for a little bit of extra speed. And let's just go on ahead and... I'm going to need a lot of these, so I'm just going to print a whole ton of those kits. But there's some things that I want to get done, and one of those is I realized I don't have enough cobalt. None of my starter areas have any cobalt whatsoever in them. So it looks like I'm going to have to actually fly out and get some. But since I'm still in a pumped engine, haven't even really graduated to the liquid, got my processing to do a liquid engine, things are going to get a little bit challenging for that because I need to get... That's what the whole atmospherics downstairs is for. I need to get that set up. So, looks like I'm going to have to send my rocket out. Before I do that, I got to retract everything. Retract that. Looks like my fuel line is already retracted. I'm going to have to send it out. And I don't have the ice miner on here. I removed it temporarily because I'm not entirely sure that I can make it out to one of these nodes, get cobalt, and bring it back. So I lowered the weight of the rocket a little bit. 500 kilograms off of a miner is not something to sneeze at. Make sure both of these are... And off it goes. Bye-bye. Alright, now that that's on its way, and I have exactly 10 of these, wow, what are the odds? We're gonna come back to that. Ooh, 130 seconds, and I have 860 seconds of fuel. That's what I was concerned about. Because if I let the other miner go, that's an extra 500 kilograms. That means I technically would have... Maybe about 20% of this would have been gone. 20%. 880, so I would have probably lost 160 seconds, maybe, give or take. Anyways, I got 2 chickens. Mr. Cluck now has Mrs. Cluck, and Ed has Henry. Yeah. Okay, look, I am not good at names. I will outright say it. I am not good at names at all. So while we're waiting for the rocket to go, I expanded my greenhouse. Because I realized that I still need to make steel. Wheat is going to be very good for making steel. And also food for myself. Originally, I wanted to have these spaced out for a Larry to do the job for me, but I don't know that I want to go that far. So, yeah, let's go with that. So, okay, now that I'm at 100 wheat, being at 100 wheat is kind of like a good number for me because that's enough for the chickens. So let's give 10 to the birds, and the other 10, the others I will... The other 30, I guess turn it to charcoal? Whatever, let's save it for now. I haven't quite decided. I'm waiting for the rocket to go. So, I expanded the greenhouse, and part of the reason for that is on Stationair's difficulty, the math comes out to roughly a Stationair consumes about 200 moles of oxygen in an hour. that does not get quiet. If I go over here, it gets quieter, right? So the problem with that is it takes about 24 fruiting plants to break even. Uh, which I have exactly I had exactly 2 rows of 12. So that meant that my plants could not offset my breathing expenses. Or just barely offset the breathing expenses. Which is bad for me, because that would mean eventually I run out of CO2 and die. Uh, we have not done any tests, though. I might do some tests to see how much chickens breathe and consume. I'll have to devise a test plan for that. Either way, so I got an extra row of 12 plants to hopefully be able to consume some of the CO2 in the air. To be capable of, yeah. Oh, we're already there. So, scanner, chart some courses. Hopefully I have enough plants to do that. Okay, so while that's happening, yeah, I made a hard suit jetpack, which consumed literally all the cobalt that I had except for 4 pieces. So I don't have enough to do anything with that. So I really do need to get the whole atmospheric system thing going. But the reason I'm going for Cobalt is I do want to do the whole pressure-fed liquid engine thing. Before I left Trade Ropa, I had a code that I could not really truly test to see how well to make the nitrous pressure-fed fuel work well. The problem with that is I need Waspaloy and Astroloy. And Astroloy needs Cobalt. Waspaloy does not. So, my limiting ingredient is Astroloy. Inconel does not need Cobalt. So, the fact that I have no Cobalt means I can't build a pressure-fed engine. And the fact that I don't have a working atmospheric system either means that I also can't even fuel the darn thing. So, I gotta actually work on that. Really gotta work on that. So, let's eat and drink a bit. I've been eating the powdered eggs. It's actually been kind of amazing. Oh. You get a lot of food. Like, French fries is 37 nutrition. I still have 20 and 91 nutrition from this stuff. Look, I'm not going to run out of food anytime soon. I really am not. Before I go down there, I want to make sure that the charting is done. Okay, so I charted 3 things. So, here we go. 3 resource nodes worth of stuff. I got some dense asteroids here, which will have some dense iron, which allows me to be able to get particularly iron, particularly nickel, copper, or lead. So this is going to be much better than my little, the starter ones. Because, I mean, look, the nickel is much less, pitiful richness, pitiful size. However, here, the size is much better, bigger density, better richness, so I will be able to mine out faster. It's meant that you go here to get your resources, and then you can see there's no other nodes to go to. This thin glass cloud is where we're going to get more of the different gases. There's still some water, which is of a higher degree than the engine, than the hydroponic wing. So you see a little bit extra water, but this is something I haven't tested really. I want to come back to this. This is why I'm trying to build that system. Liquid nitrous oxide. Apparently you can actually program liquids in these things. So, I'm curious to see what happens here. I want to mine some of this, get the liquids, and see what that does. And if not, I will remove those, but whatever. But see, so I can get more water, some nitrous oxide, can get nitrogen and nitrous oxide, and volatiles and pollutants. So this is meant to be a slightly better node to get resources such as volatiles, nitrous, and some water. All in prep for you to come out to that node. Let's see, this asteroid cluster, precious metals. You'll either get gold, you're guaranteed to get gold, and then some trace silver. kind of different quantities. Again, better richness and stuff so that you can better. Now, I do have some ferrous rocks. That shouldn't be gold. I gotta fix that. There's no reason for there to be gold and mixed with this. I have notes. Lead is correct. Huh. That's weird. I have to check on my notes and fix that. Anyways, bug found. Yeah, see, because this is Nick. Oh, maybe it is meant to be there. Okay. And then finally, the last one I need is to get the cobalt. See, I have a chance to get cobalt in between the ferrous rocks, but I also can guarantee getting cobalt with some nickel here and some silicates to get better display of silicon. That's what I'm after. So off we go. And see, that's already 50 seconds off my fuel. So to sum up, I believe it was about 160 seconds plus another 50, so that's 220 seconds worth of fuel back. So once this lands, that'll put me close to 500. That's kind of not a lot. That's what I was concerned with, that my bigger rocket would not do that. Now, I still have plenty of fuel in here, so I can fuel a rocket trip to go out and get some more stuff. But I really want to get the downstairs processing working so I can begin to use a liquid engine. Oh, hey, this is processed. I'll just leave that open like that. So, yeah. I changed this up so that now I can feed junk in here to be centrifuged. But now my ore miner comes into here for storage that I can then eventually, the plan is to put another combustion centrifuge so that I can process the ores faster, and this goes downstairs, and that's why there's paneling here. I had to do some wiring and cabling to go downstairs, and that's what I need to fix up. So alright, now that you've arrived, let's start surveying. Because there's two things I need to happen. One, I need to see where the resources pop up here, because I did do a test scan here and it popped them over here when they were supposed to pop over here. That is something you can set. So ideally this is supposed to be right here. If it doesn't, I have to make an update to the mod to fix that. I believe this one is supposed to be up here, and that one to the right, it doesn't matter. I'll eventually have to go do that. But getting cobalt rocks, and you see this is going to take longer to scan down, so it's best that I leave that going right now. Getting cobalt rocks is going to be absolutely critical for me to kind of tech up. And I hope to be able to get that going. Oh, before I go... No, let's do that downstairs. Alright. Let's go. I did program the Sterlings. Ooh, this truss is strong. Oh, that's really fast. That is much faster. Yeah, that is really, really fast. Okay. I did some work offline. I got this squared away right here. So, right now, I have this off. I don't want it to process any resources. Oh man, that is quick. I gotta get used to this. I definitely gotta pack that in. So the things I want to get done is finish this little spot, because this is where the ice will come in, and this is where it's going to get drained. Now, as far as things go... Oh, the thing is right here. Okay. I want this to come out. I don't really quite know how the liquids are going to go. So I want to have the ability to get liquids in here. But one of the things I don't know is since liquid nitrous ice, space ice is a thing, what is its temperature going to be? Is it going to be 0 Celsius like all ices, or is it going to be closer to the freezing point, like which is -20 if I remember right? Yeah, -21. So, or would it come out as -21 Celsius liquids? That's what I am not sure on, and that's where there's going to be a little bit of question marks associated with this. I believe I can go on ahead and enclose this right here. I'm not going to enclose this fully yet because I need to do a little bit more stuff. Like for one, I need a gas sensor. I need a gas sensor in here so that I can figure out what's happening down here. I think I'm going to put a pipe liquid sensor right here so that I can figure out what's happening with the liquid pipe in there. So that this is the, let's rename some stuff. This is going to be the ice melting vent? I don't know. Look, I just need to know what it is. Oh, wow, wow, okay. Maybe it was not a good idea to have... Oh, man. What happens if I turn the stabilizer off? Oh, we get space engineers like stuff. Oh, this is, okay. Uh, now, ugh. Yeah, I am definitely gonna have to wall this place off because it's just... This is too much. It's too much thrust. Alright, so the goal is everything in that room is gonna come in here. The only reason... Hold on. This is not gonna make sense. I want to potentially expand that room to fill out that spot right there. To have, you know, maybe be a 6x6. So me having that pipe there is probably not the best of ideas. I'm trying to future-proof this as much as possible because if I don't, it's going to lead to me redoing a lot of work. And redoing a lot of work leads to errors. And that's something that we doesn't need to happen. Now, this is going to be kind of like my waste holder, but there's going to be a liquid waste tank set up right here. And if I remember right, these two have the same volumes? Yeah, they both have 250 liters of capacity. That whole room is 6,000 liters, so I kind of need to have this waste volume holder be capable of holding a little bit more. Or about that much. So 250 divided by... It takes about 4 of them. Ugh. Ugh. That's not a good number. 4 times 6, 20. It takes 24 of these to equal a... Wait. It's 8,000 liters for frame, right? Yeah, it's 8,000. I keep getting the math wrong. It's the small tanks that are 6,000. Okay, 8,000. So maybe I want to have half of that. Half of that in capacity. I mean, what are the odds that I'm going to fill that entire thing with water and need that pushed out? What are the odds of that? Very slim. Anyways. So before I start truly working on this right here, I need to enclose this area at least enough so that I'm no longer jetpacking around, because I have a feeling I'm gonna cause more problems for myself. Zooming like that. Oh man, I'm like... Did I really not use very much propellant? That's impressive. Alright, so I need any cobalt rocks. Oh, okay, perfect. Cobalt. Perfect. Ferrous, cobalt, ferrous. Are you kidding me? I said I wanted cobalt rocks, and they gave me 3 sets of them. That's impressive. I'm gonna let this keep going, figure out the last 3. I'm hoping for maybe some silicates. Okay, so let's go on ahead and drop off supplies right here. Because now I know I'm gonna have to print out a lot of stuff. But that's why I'm also processing a lot of materials. So let's get my wall kits. So wall kits, wall kits, wall kits. I was not kidding when I said I prepared myself for this. I really did prepare myself to go. Oh, I gotta cook some more eggs. Ah. Okay. Drink the water. Don't want to be thirsty. Okay. I got my wall kits. I got some plastic sheets. I don't need iron sheets at all. Um, plastic sheets, plastic sheets. I'll keep those for now. Alright. Let's get some plastic sheets. Let's go downstairs. We'll enclose the bottom part first. That way I could probably move the doorway and vent. How close are you? More ferrous rocks. It's a lot of ferrous rocks. I believe it takes 200, yeah. You know what? I'm gonna send this... More ferrous rocks. Really? You're not gonna give me any silicates? Any silicates? Come on. Just... Alright, whatever. What are the odds that the first one is gonna be good? Knowing my luck, I say this one will be the better of the two. So let's go to that one. Plus an extra 20 seconds. That is, yeah. So I have about 600 and... I'm gonna have about 670 seconds of fuel. 20 plus like 250, so it takes about 270 seconds to get back home to here. So let's scan, and while that's scanning, I'll go and work downstairs. I think power I'm good. Yeah, I'm good on power. Alright. Wouldn't that be funny if I crashed into that and cracked my suit open? Okay, so here's the thing. I think I might expand potentially over there. I think I want to have window right here. So that I might be able to see that station battery from there. Let's have 2 things. As far as... Do I want the one... Oh, come on. Nope. Get down. Get... Do I want that paneling? That paneling? Ooh, I kind of like that one. Sideways, right? Yeah, let's do sideways. Oh. So let's do... Yeah, I think that'll work for me. Okay. Is it this? Nope. Wrong one. No. Ah! This is partially why I don't do a lot of this. And this is going to be my window. Potential expansion spot right there. Okay. Ah, perfect. Now, one of the things I'm not entirely sure about is how big this bottom section is going to be. I want to, as a slight challenge. Limit myself. Actually, that's not a good place to put that. I'm gonna move that door here, and that other door there. Okay, yeah, well, we're gonna do that. But to help make this simpler, this is going to be... oh, no! This is going to be a temporary setup right here, and this is why I'm going to fully enclose it with glass right here. Alright. For the top, I think I just want pure ones. Since I don't think the sun is going to be able to strike down here, I'm just going to do straight like this. Just straight. Alright, it should be... oh, good. Alright. Just to enclose this area a bit. Alright. I don't think I need windows here. The intent is that I will eventually have kind of like a maintenance floor in between those sections for piping and cabling. And I don't intend this part of the station to ever technically see that. I might build service sections where I walk in between spots, but probably not yet. Is that windowed? Yes, it is. That's windowed too. Alrighty. Okay. This should be completely sealed off now. Now I can move this. Yeah, this is why. What am I doing? Okay. So, let's remove you. Hand drill. And I think it's wrench again? Yeah. We'll do a composite door there. And now it is a glass sheet. Perfect. Now what I want to do I kind of need a transformer to power this little section up. Probably should have thought of that. You know what? We're just gonna really... we don't need this here. We also don't need that there. I do intend to remove that, so let's temporarily move this guy right from here to like this. This is how I want to move it. I'm a little bit tight on cable because I was a numbskull and didn't bring the cable that I needed. Okay, so now what I can do, not short things out like that. I'm gonna fix this, I promise. This is temporary. This is, I didn't think about things too well, and so it's gonna look bad. Okay. Now, because of that, I can remove that. Some of this cabling has to be figured out, but until I can seal off that area, this is gonna be the temporary. So, wait. Oh, it's angle grinder. Then hand drill. Now wrench. Composite door. This is hand drill. I believe I can just... yeah. Just because. There we go. Weld. Crowbar. Cabling. And look at that, it's perfect. Alright, my mini airlock is done, which is fine. That works. Now I can remove this. Angle grind that out. Now I have access to the bottom floor. Alright, so I have access to the bottom floor now. That's not fully done yet, but I need to go check on the status of the thing. Now that I've done that, I don't mind breaking into my main room. After all, it's only another... oh. I need to cook some eggs. Air pressure is going to drop a little bit, but I can run the Starling a little bit to cool things down, and there we go. Okay, let's see what the thing is, resource-wise. Oh, wow, this is perfect timing. So nickel and cobalt, that's... oh yeah, it was supposed to be nickel and cobalt. That's great. 600% richness. Ooh, really good size. I must have won the jackpot. Great density. Okay, so now with this, I'm going to get all the cobalt I need, and I'll be able to bring the rocket back. Alright, that's done. And now, I just mine. 35 ore, that's a lot. Considering that I'm only supposed to get 0.25, you know. Then, yeah. Alright. Oh. Mr. Cluck and Ed are going to be hungry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, I moved. Sorry, Henry! You know what? Just have the rest. Alright. Yeah, I did not lose a lot of pressure, as much pressure as I thought I would. I'll pick those later. Anyways. I have got to speed up this thing. There we go. So, whoa, almost 1 kilogram of silicon. That's perfect. So, with that... Oh, I need my spacesuit. You know what? One thing that I never built was a portable lights. I typically always have a portable light. I am trying my hardest not to build one and stick it on my person. Kind of as a extra little incentive for me to actually put up lights in this thing. I gotta clean that up too. But maybe it'll be okay if I can set it down as like a workstation. Alright, so I'll bring one to sit down, but not keep it on my inventory, just to try to keep me, just as an incentive for me to actually put literal lights in places. Alright, should be pressurized down there. Very well pressurized. Alright, so... Oh, that's cool. I like that. I rarely do that. Alright. So now I need to continue over there. I need to wall it off so that I can work in 0G. Okay, perfect. I'm clearly not very patient with that thing. Well, I did make some lights. I got lights, guys. Lights. Alright, let's go and close that last little area while I still have time. Because this is going to be the part where I will have questions. There we go. Alright, now that I've done that, let's recoup these. After all, they were temporary to begin with. Oh no. And I think for simplicity's sake. Ow. That's not connected. Hold on. Cannot block, but oh, really? I can't cable that though. I can do this though. Small incentive for lighting. There we go. It's not a lot, but it'll do for now. Okay. So this actually works remarkably well for things that I tend to do that tend to always backfire on me. I'm surprised that worked pretty well. The question is, do I have enough walls? So I'll do the same thing. Composite wall 1 is going to be the top, so we'll get the top first. I'm not going to fully fix everything because I'm going to still need to be moving around piping stuff everywhere. So the goal for this is just to keep my feet on the ground. And truth be told, I'm not even sure whether I will, you know, finish enclosing that with the heavies. So let's make my setup. Now, I kind of want to make this station be kind of like, I'm not sure if I want to keep the same dimensions. You know, a central shaft and 5x5 sections protruding from it. But since this is going to be the atmospheric section, I think what I want to try to do is I do potentially want to... Okay, perfect. I do potentially want to expand there if I need the space, but I'm going to see if I can get away with making the system compact yet workable. Okay, see, that's not going to work anymore because it's outside the... It's literally outside. However, I can now do this, right? Like that? Yeah. Ow. Yeah, like that, right? There we go. Okay. So I have a light for working down here. I also have a station now that I won't be flying around every which way. So now comes the whole plan. So here's the thing. That is currently, IC10 is going to cool down my hot waste gases down to roughly 20 Celsius and push them into this pipe system right here. Right now I have a liquid drain up there which is going to push out the liquids. It's not what I want to do. I'll be honest, that's not what I want to do. I think what I can do is let this be the first station where I filter out my pollutants. So what if I have a set of liquid pipes right here in this general area where I push liquid pollutants, liquid nitrous, and liquid water into this section to begin the distillation separation setup. And once that's done, then I've pushed the remainder to some other section. Like maybe this is going to be the liquid, pollutant, nitrous, and water separator. If I have enough space, that will work for me. Like if I can do it in such a way that, you know, like this is the liquid right here. Actually, this is my storage for the liquid pollute for, you know, the 3 mix. The only issue I'm going to have is this liquid pipe is ideally going to have potentially water, potentially... Would it have nitrous? Liquid nitrous? No, it can only drain water, really. Huh. I don't know yet. I don't know yet. I think I need that, but the thing is, I don't know to what degree. Because water's going to evaporate anyways as I suck out the pressure and gases. The thing is, water has such a high latent energy that if I do that, I might potentially freeze and break stuff, or basically just have chunks of water ice stuck in there infinitely. So that's why I have the drain. The drain would be to get the water out. But I don't know if later on will I be also when I bring in like liquid nitrous or liquid volatiles, how cold will that be? So I need a way to get this water out. So I guess what I need to do, if I'm gonna expand that there, maybe I have like a set of my waste. My major waste is going to be a bunch of insulated pipes right here, in this area, with a single condensation valve to go to this little liquid section. And then what's going to happen is I'll have to IC control this thing so that I push, volume pump liquids to my next stage. This is going to be the pollutant filtering stage, where I remove enough pressurants to make sure all liquid pollutants are evaporated, so I only have liquid nitrous and liquid water left. Similar to what I did in Europa. And once there's no more liquid pollutants, I push it to the next stage, which is the nitrous stage. So if this is the liquid nitrous stage, I do the same thing. I suck out all the nitrous, enough pressure and gas, so there's only liquid water left, and then I push the liquid water to the dedicated water storage. And I think that could work potentially. Now, as far as things go, the only caveat to this is I'm going to need some heat exchanging as well as the ability to get pressure and gases. Because if, say, for example, my liquid storage system right here, and now I realize that the Stirling engines are in a really odd spot because I'll be coming in to check on stuff, and there's my filtration, there's my ice melting chamber, and I have a big empty space of nothing over here. Actually, I could let this be kind of like a control section. Yeah. I put a single transformer, control section. Everything in here is cabled up together except for that. The power is its own thing. All of this is together, and it's just to monitor the state of literally this room. And lights, of course. This is gonna be pretty in-depth. Um, So one of the things is, so this is going to be my holder. This is going to be pollutant filter distillation stage. So it's going to be a purge valve system that's going to remove the pollutants and push them to a dedicated liquid pollutant tank, which is fine. That's the intent. However, what if there's zero pollutants in this stage? Then the question will be, I need to condense all the nitrous. Yeah, I would need to condense all the nitrous, which means I need to push in liquid pollutants, maybe? So maybe what I ought to do is figure out where I'm going to put the tanks. So I'm going to need a liquid pollutant tank, a liquid nitrous tank, and I need them to be in relative proximity to these. Now, the problem with that is I still need to factor in heat exchange related stuff, because forced condensation will warm this up. That's not a problem. But warm means that I could potentially have it be too hot for me to have liquid nitrous. So I need to kind of temperature control it. So if I temperature control it, yeah, the temperature controls is going to be another thing. That's the problem. I have no temperature control regulation system in my base. Okay. Let's close you off.
Hunger caution.
Okay. Come with me for a moment. Stand right here. What if I make the room over there my temperature control? My phase change... Thank you, timer, for warning me. If I let this room over here. I'm gonna have to make another 5x5 room. Phase change. That looks like it is coming out. It is scaring me. If I make that my phase change heat pump setups. Yeah. I need another 5x5 room. Phase change heat pumps for temperature control. Because the thing is, water, gotta keep it at roughly 20. As I am doing this... Oh, this is slow! Ooh, another egg. Alright, alright. I got it. I gotta... make some more powder eggs. Okay. This is easy. This is my only working airlock. How much do I have? 2,000? What's the math here? So 2,000 times 25. Let's do some quick math. I'm wrapping up, by the way. It's 2,000 times 0.25. Okay, that's 500 cobalt. I think that's enough cobalt for me to do what I intended to do. Just saying, I think that might be enough cobalt. Okay. I need to make a better fridge for that. I love how the vacuum just literally turns the eggs into their thingy. Okay. Oh, I'm hungry. I'm like, oh, but this gives me a good opportunity. Finish that. Because it gives me an empty can. I already got my oil in there. Make the eggs. And I believe is it 5 powder eggs or 4? 5. Okay. Okay. I need more eggs. I'm somewhat getting the hang of this. This whole hand thing. Like, I've been practicing a little bit. It's definitely an interesting way to play. I might actually have to do that, you know, on a low stakes stationeer's difficulty. I might need to see if I can do this without ever doing the whole alt cursor. It's definitely going to be a challenge. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's going to be a challenge. Alright. Oh, I gotta pick all that, too. Alright. There we go. More canned powder eggs. Alright. Perfect. Drink some water. I'm literally now having breakfast and potatoes. Mr. Cluck, Mrs. Cluck, and Henry! I'll be honest, I don't know why I named it Henry. And bread. So everything's going pretty well now. Storage needs some work. Alright. I know with that I'm going to have plenty of steel and silicon. So what I'm going to end up doing... offline, I am probably going to start with the setup. I'm not gonna do a lot of the programming, but kind of get gear, just gear things up for it. And I think I'm gonna mine this out until richness is 1. It's gonna take some time, but that's gonna give me a little bit of extra cobalt and nickel, because I'm gonna need nickel. But that actually helps me plan things out a bit better for that. Actually, do I want to show the Sterling in action? Actually, no. I don't really want to do that just yet. Tell you what, when I bring the rocket back down next time, I will offload it, but I won't charge it. And when I'm actually ready to do something to show it off, that's when I'll show off the Sterling in action. Because as it is right now, I don't really need to do anything with it. Because I do need pressure and gases. Not gonna lie, I do need pressure and gases. But I don't need to go full scale on it. Wow, all of this has grown. Except that. These are all thriving. Wow, that's a lot of wheat. Okay. I got so used to getting exactly 3. Okay, so that's exactly 28. I'm just gonna put this with all the other wheat to be... all the other soy. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that'll be perfect. 50 will become charcoal for making, I gotta delete that. Actually, no I don't. I don't have to, because I can just put it in there to be centrifuged. The other 20 is going to become flour for myself, because I have plenty of, yeah, that's 100 grams of flour, because it takes 2 of those to get exactly 1, there it is. There we go. Then it'll get centrifuged. I'm a genius, sometimes. So long as I have 100 wheat over here for my chickens, I will keep doing that. Alright, that should be done by now. Yep, it is done. Now, let's see. If I were to do this, how much will it take? 671, 157. This race is something. This race is something alternate. Okay. Is there a resource that I need? I have 27 ore in here. Alright, guys. I am wrapping up, trust me. I have iron, gold, copper, nickel. I don't have much lead. I got a lot of iron. Hmm. Truth be told, if I had silicates, I would probably be... Let's scan the last bits. So I'm gonna... Oh, right. Let's go on ahead and get my screenshot. I'm gonna do a few more things. I think I'm gonna gather a little bit more ore and bring it back for me to centrifuge. But we are coming along. I do want to absolutely finish up something. Oh, this is perfect. This is my little spot right here. Show off what I've done. Let's see. How's about this view? Alright. I think that shows off everything perfectly. Yeah, there we go. Alright, guys. Thank you for your time. When we return, I'm gonna hopefully have a little bit of stuff laid out so that I can kind of theory craft some stuff. Because I know it's gonna take a while to process that cobalt. And thank you for your time. I'm trying to keep things fairly interesting, but I know it's kind of hard to do that. And that's just my suit station at work right there. But yeah, as always, thank you. Have a good day, and I'll see you when we return. Bye-bye.